test, 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 test. That's better. Test, test. How are ya? Hey guys. Sorry for the delay. I was supposed to be streaming like 41 minutes ago. Can you guys hear me? Loud and clear? Sorry, not really. Matt! Sorry man, I didn't put any moisturizers on. Loud and clear? Video's okay? Is it... Sorry, I'm not really... I've got here a good friend of mine, KB by MB. Perfect? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, nah, thanks so much for dropping by. It's probably the second stream that I've done for GHS, and like I said, I just wanted to, just sit back, have a chat with you guys, and more than happy to answer any questions, aside from obviously providing any feedback about the upcoming products, or the status of the group buys that we've had. So we've got the GHS.JEM to begin with. That's probably, last time I had a chat with the manufacturer was actually yesterday, and the bottom piece, because it's a 3-piece design, the bottom piece, all CNCs has been done. Actually, sorry, correct. They're still working on the whites, so the top and the bottom, they're all done. White should be finished about roughly before the end of the month, accordingly. They had some issues with obviously COVID getting, hitting back a few cities in China and stuff like that. At the end of the day, like I said, it is what it is. We just, COVID's not going to go anywhere. It's something that we just have to learn how to live with, I reckon. And I just told the manufacturer, as long as he's healthy, and as long as his workers are happy and healthy and taking along well, I reckon that's the main thing. That's the most important part. So they're working on anodizing the bottom pieces. A few top cases have already been anodized. They're very confident that most likely early December would be GEM would be completed. They're saying end of November, sorry, but I say, I just always want to put a bit of leverage, I reckon. So that's for the GEM. Extras for the GEM. So normally what we do is we definitely order X amount of extras, just to be able to, first and foremost, to ensure that everything from the group buy are A stock. So if we see any issues, we grab stuff from the extras and chuck it in, replace the, that's what I've done with the RAR. And then from there, we pretty much finalize the extras, how many are pristine A stock, how many is B stock, how many is C stock, and so on and forth. And we normally release a group buy for the for the A stocks first. Not a group buy, sorry, but we release the A stocks first on extras that's in stock, and then followed by the B and the C. The only downside with the B and the C, obviously, you're very limited to X amount of configurations, compositions, or colors and stuff. Sadly, with my experience with the RAR, because I mean the RAR sold out, like literally even the C stock units, they sold out. It was a bit sad because people were holding off, you know, like, yeah, I'll wait a bit, blah, blah, blah. Because even with the B stock, we ran it through through a raffle, and obviously, if you're lost, if you don't make a purchase right away, you lose on certain colors or compositions. I remember it ended up like a few Noirs left, and people were like, I want an Argent, I want an Argent. But anyway, I think that's for the GEM. Now for the XLS, they've started CNC for the bottom case, as far as I'm aware. It should, they haven't really given me any concrete dates yet for it. I should start receiving the PCBs soon. I've got all the plates already, aside from the PC plates, the aluminiums, the brass, because obviously that's with the case manufacturer. Haven't heard anything yet about the box as well, the packaging, but that should be done within the month. And then again back on QC and bits and pieces for me. Now desk mat. So this is the, I want to know about another layout. Yes, so KT, we are definitely we definitely have a 60%. It is the GHS SXT. We call it like 60. That's, we've already requested a prototype for that. It's gonna be, I'm actually very excited with that, because that will be the first time that we will be using it's a bit of a tweak on the design, making it a bit more, it's gonna be an introduction to our light variant. So it's the SXT Lite, meaning we've redesigned the weights to be a bit more minimalistic, not like the full weight of the GEM. So I think the weight's gonna be like sitting roughly, roughly around the middle section. We should have like renders soon for that, but we're just still waiting for the prototype. Hey, Sam buddy. Sam is actually well, he's GHS. He designs all the PCBs, the daughterboards. He's our electrical guy, electrical guru. Make sure everything's on, you know, like all the softwares and bits and pieces. I get emails from the PCB manufacturer. I just don't bother reading it. I just forward it to him straight away. There's no point. I mean, I'll be scratching my head all day. I just can't really understand. But yeah, anyway, moving back, KT. So yeah, we've got a 60%, the SXT. That's gonna be the introduction to that light version. It's gonna be lighter, and lights. Like we've got the first time we'll be using we'll be introducing PC variants, so full PC variants. We'll be doing a light version for the RAR and the JEM. That's why probably most of the guys who have a RAR or a GEM will be wondering, I've got underglow RGBs, LEDs on my PCB. I mean, what's the point? Because it's full aluminium. But that's the point. Like when we start introducing the light versions, it's pretty much just, yeah, get a PC case and just move across your existing builds from your metal case to the PC variant. Yes, I agree. The big weight is definitely signature of GHS in a sense. But yeah, I think it's more on just, yeah, obviously we need to make tweaks, improvise, innovate, and do bits and pieces in a sense. Um, aside from the SXT, and obviously, yes, 100%, I prefer the big weight as well. But at the same time, I've been like a huge RGB fan. Like, it's just the gamer within me, you know. I like the lights and everything. So that PC case with a full weight is just, I reckon it's just gonna, it's just not gonna work on the PC. It's just the weight, the design at the moment is just way too eccentric for just this tough big case. Even the XLS alone is like what, 1.8 kilos built, 1.6. It's more than a kilo, heavier than a thermal, I can guarantee you. And that's just a freaking numpad, you know. What else do we have? Alice, yes, there's this Alice design, but we haven't really locked anything yet with that one. Definitely a TKL version of the RAR with the full. That would be the conclusion of this design signature, with the slope, with the side profiles. That TKL would be the cap. So kind of scared about that one, because obviously I reckon, yes, this is the GEM. Oops. This is actually I'm using Sam Buddy's weight, so that's his prototype weight that I know I need to send it to you really soon. Ramon, sorry. Been enjoying the GEM. Can't help it. Patina GEM. The Patina GEM is with Ron. So there's three of us in GHS. So obviously myself. Yes, it is Bento, pork teeth. So we've got Ron. Ron designs, make sure is all, you know, he designs the cases technically. So he does all the CAD work. Ramon, who is Sam Buddy, does all the PCB, the software side of things, and I just basically sit back here and make GHS look good. Crickets. No laugh, nothing. All right. I thought there were any objections or whatsoever. Like I said, since my last stream, if you guys are here for, and you guys are expecting something like an Alex Sotos or Thea type kind of stream, that's not gonna happen. First and foremost, I'm terrible at typing. Second, I don't know. I think there's just major differences from Alex and myself and Thea type and the other streamers, but one major one would be I look better than them, obviously. I've got no hair, obviously. They got better lighting, obviously. They probably have better system. Yes, it's nice and handy, easy. It's all aesthetic. That's it, Matt. Aesthetic, and preference, Matt. Preference. Ah, yes, that I am very proud of. That's been well manscaped by yours truly. Thank you, Pork. Appreciate it. Yeah, well, so, oh shit, I'm starting to like, hey, Dutch! Ooh, we got a pro streamer online. Silence. Let's take a moment of silence. Yes, Dutch. Don't worry, bro. I'm just I mean, that's the problem. When I requested a sample, this is the only one because I just wanted to make sure that the print stands out. So don't worry, bro. We've got incoming, and definitely, definitely, you'll get a hand on it, and let me know what you reckon. Especially you, because obviously, that's the beauty of having friends like you guys, like you, Dutch, because you come across so many products, desk mats, keyboards, and like I said last stream, it's only a few of you guys who I believe is there for the community, like just genuine for the community. Like, I mean, I let everyone know here that I haven't even paid you a single dime for what you've done for GHS. Nothing. And yet I even got, I mean, okay, put it this way, I even came across Dutch because he won a Scarlet RAR raffle. Like, he was just asking about some bits and pieces, and then I was like, oh shit, yes. And then all of a sudden I was like, fuck, that's you. I didn't know that. But sometimes it's just difficult and technical, especially for small design studios like ourselves. We haven't really thrived into, I mean, how GHS started. Yeah, that's it. Even you, Matt. I mean, how do I start? Like, we started GHS just under the impression that, hey, we love keyboards. Ramon, when we started, I've always told him, it's not about the profit, it's about what we do and what we can do for the community. In a sense, like, come up with something a bit more limited in a sense, but also at the same time, you're trying to fulfill it faster than, or doing it better in terms of your customer service, everything. With a limited quantity, because obviously you don't want to blow out like years of waiting, of just holding people's money. That's how we started with GHS. We were just happy, like we get the prototypes, so every time we prototype something, we equally split it amongst ourselves, and that's payday for us. Ever since we started GHS, I never bought another keyboard. I'm more than happy. I've got more than enough. So you bribe me with RR. I'm bribable too. I wish. Yes. Now we've been actually very fortunate. We've been very fortunate. We were able to come across people that were just pretty much in the same boat as each and everyone who's here in the stream. Just loves keyboards, just loves the community. Hands down, the best community ever. I mean, put it this way: how could you give someone 600 USD, for example, or 700, 500, 400, 300. How can you give someone money without any assurance or anything at all? And you just got your name in a spreadsheet, in a Google Drive spreadsheet. It's mind-blowing. The amount of trust, it's just, can't explain it. Yes, actually looking at it, whereabouts is it? And actually, thanks so much, Dutch. Like, yeah, I've been asking a lot of tips, you know, like what to get, lens, lights, future plans. Definitely for the most. I think the most foreseeable future would be this desk mat. So I really want to have a chat with this desk mat to begin with. This is the GHS.NBD, NBD for never been done. Why? Because the artist behind the design of this is just Dune, is actually a local from Western Australia. And I asked him when he made the design, and I showed him the desk mat. I was like, the amount of detail that he's put into it is just amazing. So I said, look, what do you want me to call it? What do you want me to call it? And he was just like, I don't know. So I said, all right, okay. What were you thinking? Packaging for this one? Oh, it's gonna be very, very nice. Like double boxed, round, everything, the works. That's yeah. That's already getting finalized as well. But anyway, with the design, he said, look, when I was working on your design, which took him months, he was like, the inspiration he's got was he was working on a few skateboards, because the guy loves skateboarding. He's really an outdoor kind of guy. And I said, all right, let's look for something that's related to skateboarding. That's where I came across the phrase NBD, never been done. Best. Yep, that's the desk mat right there. And yes, I know, Dutch, you do love graphical, detailed desk mats. Alright, what else? What else do we have? Yes. Yeah, it can never go wrong. I mean, skateboards for the feet, keyboards for the hand. Easy. We've got some, well, the SXT, obviously, the 60. So we're hoping, hopefully we get the prototypes by the end of the month. Worst case, early November. Definitely early November. We've got apparel. So we've got sweaters. GHS sweaters. Nah, unfortunately, it's just cloth. You want a GHS desk mat with PVD bras? That would be sick. Nah, unfortunately, gonna be too expensive. Everyone's just gonna be raging against us. I imagine the packaging if this is like PVD bras. One whole box. Shipping would be like what? $100? Easy. More. Rough. The texture? Do you mean the texture? Is it rough or smooth? It's pretty smooth actually. It kind of reminds me of the it's weird. It's not smooth, but it's kind of reminds me of the Artisan. You know that soft Artisan one? So yeah, it's not really rough at all. I don't know if I can get some sort of like reference or whatever. Yeah, we need something with details, right? Colors. I reckon this is hands down one of my, well, probably my favorite desk mat. Because the problem with desk mats is, what I find about desk mats is that whatever you see on the stores, or I don't know, photos or whatever, they just stand out, like the colors, everything. So it's either a damn good render, because whenever I get the desk mat, it's just like meh, it's dull. But this one I like, in a sense, you know, it's colors popping out. This is actually a bit rough compared to this one, and the GHS desk mat is actually bigger. Yeah, probably, yeah. Yes, it's smooth. Yeah, it's smooth at the same time. Yeah, this is definitely rough. You can, like, I don't know if the sound justifies anything, but that sounds like that. This one sounds like. So I don't know if that. But yeah, it's GHS desk mat is wider. I didn't notice that until now. Stain. Off you go. No worries, pleasure. I mean, that's the whole point of this streaming thing. It's I'm more than happy to obviously have a chat with you guys, answer questions. I reckon it's just the best way for me to, you know, get ideas, at the same time listen to what you guys have to say, because at the end of the day, I mean, we pretty much exist for you guys. How many designs? Unfortunately, there's only going to be one. At this stage, and minimal design disc mat, please. Yes. Yeah, definitely something minimal. We've started looking at. I mean, personally, I've been really exploring lately leather. But unfortunately, there's still nothing so far that I've got in terms of. Thank you so much. Yeah, those kind of things, you know, like just the simple ones, corks, something a bit more minimalist in a sense. But I've always kind of wanted to have like some sort of quality in terms of leather, and we've been working on what do you call those coasters, you know, they're keyboard coasters. Yes, that's it, let's go. So yeah, this is gonna be probably launching by next month. Still working on how we're gonna release it. We personally, like I said, we're not really your kind of bunch that are after quantity, first and foremost, because I do everything myself on my end. My partners Ramon and Ron are based in the Philippines, overseas. So basically we started GHS over a Facebook Messenger. That's what you call trust. And we've done 3 group buys. We've fulfilled PH represent. Yes. Magandang gabi. Yes, definitely. I mean, PH represent. So we've always made sure that we've got like a vendor for Philippines, just to make things easier on your end, you know. Philippines will always definitely have a special place in our hearts. Well, where was I? Yeah, so Desmet. Hopefully by, I'd say next month. We're still under the debate or discussion if we should run it through vendors. We wanted to kind of like test vendors, and they can you know, do everything on their end. At least less worrying on our end, less packaging or whatever. But obviously we need to make sure that the dollar signs pretty much align, because first and foremost we paid for this design, and that's not something cheap in a sense. The guy's pretty good, so mad respect for his art. Aside from that, that's the only thing really. We're just waiting for the packaging for this. Again, GHS, so we want things regardless to be as premium as it can be, in a sense that we're not really blowing budgets or whatsoever. But definitely we will not be sending desk mats out folded. That happened to me. I've received a desk mat folded, so the fuck that vendor was thinking, you know. Much appreciation, Nico. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we'll definitely try to keep things controlled in a sense, limited in a sense, because not because we just wanna F people around, make it hard or whatsoever. Nah, because I basically do all the QCing and packing and shipping and all those bits and pieces, and I'm just by myself. Like literally with the RAR, it was pretty much a traumatic experience for me in a sense, because it was just a busy month. You know, I was moving houses, bringing 200 something boxes of 5 kilo keyboards. It was bloody heavy, and I had to make sure that they're all in one nick, because obviously I need to send them out. But nah, we're done enough with the RAR. That's done. That's never gonna happen again. And looking forward to the GEM and the SXT. So hopefully this guy next month, the NBD. December, hopefully the SXT, if everything goes well. So we I don't know if you guys have noticed. So obviously we started with the 75, the RAR, because 75 was unanimous. Like we all loved the 75. Kind of like started to implement this idea of like we can use this the design signature and just kind of like make minor tweaks from, say, the 75 layout, which is the RAR, and then the GEM, which is a 65, but it's exactly pretty much the RAR on a 65, but on a different mounting. And then we've got the SXT, which is a 60, which would pretty much still have the same kind of design signature of the GEM. And then obviously the TKL and so on and so forth. Then we'll have like a light version of the RAR, the GEM, and the TKL. But the answer to your question is, are we gonna make another 65%? Definitely, 100%. Like The beauty about Ramon and Ron, these people are so talented, like hands down. I've never met anyone as talented as these guys are within their craft. Like I would always tell Ramon, you know, like, man, you're like you're a guru, you know, you're a freaking wizard. Your PCBs, I've been QCing the PCBs, I've never had any issues. Never. It was easy. Ron is pretty much the same boat, and everything's just, yeah, pretty much collective and so easy to pretty much mesh along. So every time we do our meetings and stuff, we just brainstorm bits and pieces and come up with ideas. Like for example, the mounting of the GHS.JEM is quite unique in its way. It's so easy to build it compared to the RAR. Alright, where are we going? But yeah, so definitely the answer to your question is once we release the TKL, that would be the end of the RAR design signature. And again, that's why we are quite confident in a sense that we've announced that we will never re-release any of our designs ever again. There will never be a GEM group buy again. Round 2, nah. RAR, round 2, nah. And on top of that, there's just so many colors out there, so we've said, alright, let's make it a bit more interesting as well. Scarlet, anything we decide on in terms of a limited edition, we will never release or use that color again, in a sense only if the product is not in line with another product. For example, the XLS. The XLS is in line with RAR. We made the XLS for the RAR, and we've had people who won or who bought a GEM and they said we want to pair an XLS with it, because the XLS is very versatile, I reckon. I mean, it's amazing. I've been using mine, and unfortunately I've just cleaned up, so I've got mine here and I've been using it like as a macro pad. And sorry, got my stains and everything, my volumes, everything, music, even use it for switching on, off. So we had to use the colors to pretty much match the existing GEM, the existing RAR. So that's gonna be the last with the Scarlet. That's gonna be the last with the Jade. There will definitely be extras of the GHS.JEM, and on top of the extras, we actually invested X amount of units as pre-order. So we had like this cap, but we've decided to add like 10 units. So I reckon as we get closer towards the fulfillment of the GHS.JEM, we will be releasing like a pre-order kind of stage for just a few units of GHS.JEM that we know is not gonna be, because I mean every group buy we always get extras, because like I said a while ago, that's our way of making sure that the group buy products the group buy orders are all gonna be like A stock. So we kind of like use them as fillers, and that really worked for me. Like when I was doing the RAR fulfillment, I would normally see like small scratches and stuff. I was like, nah, B stock, get from the A, whack it in there, done, send that out. I'm avoiding 65s at the moment, but I'm really tempted to try and aim for one in the raffle. But this year, I think I'm not sure if you will be able to top the RAR design signature. I don't know. I'm actually quite excited for the upcoming ones, especially these. Yeah, I'm not gonna spill any beans or whatsoever at the moment. But yeah, yeah, it's gonna be definitely a challenge. But I think at the end of the day, it's for me personally, it's more of you guys, really. You know, like still looking back when we started. Obviously, 3 guys. Who the fuck are these guys? Am I allowed to swear in Twitch, Dutch, or man? Is that alright? I'm not gonna be penalized or anything, right? When we started, so I was like, yeah, what the hell are these guys, right? And we were able to still come up with the RAR, and I think the platform works. I think by now that people would know that we aren't really in it for, you know, we're not releasing 1,000 units, 5,000 units, money whatsoever. We just want to be able to come up with designs that are sustainable as well, in a sense. So the RAR, you can still buy PCB, they're all in stock, plates are in stock, all the bits and pieces are in stock, and they're gonna be in stock. And that's gonna be the same thing with all our products. You know, I don't mind stocking 20, 50 PCBs. They're not gonna perish, but at least it's something that, as keyboard owner, the last thing you want is having a blown PCB and you spend $1,000 on a keyboard. You can't even buy a freaking PCB anymore, and then your keyboard just becomes obsolete. Nothing. So I think the platform works. In a sense, these guys that I'm with, you know, Ramon and Ron, we're not really. They're pretty much that. That's the beauty of it. They're pretty much on the same boat. It's just keyboards. Like, we get satisfaction from the prototypes, especially me, because I get the first look on the prototypes. They get shipped here. I do all the marketing and product shoots and everything. So yeah, it's definitely a joy. It, for me personally, pretty much answered my question of endgame. Like I said, ever since GHS started, I've never looked away. I mean, like, how? I've got 3 RAR units. I've got a few, you know, I've got a GEM. I've got some XLS. My cup is pretty much right there. Quite happy, satisfied. Because I mean, at the end of the day, anything I get, like probably the last keyboard I've got, like I said last stream, was a thermal, and I was holding the thing, I was building it, I was, you know, dissecting it with my team, and I was like, yeah, this is a thermal, blah blah blah. I was just literally holding it like that. There's not a single brass, not a single weight on it. And then I'm looking at my RAR, where it's just, I was like, something's wrong. Like, anything I own now, in the sense of a keyboard, if it's not gonna be at par with my RAR, it's crap, sadly. So that's just me, personal preference. So I'm happy. That saved me money from buying and joining group buys and being heartbroken and waiting for keyboards. So yeah, GHS did really help, in a sense, for me. If you can sustain that business model, is really an example to the rest of the hobby. Always stock space. I love that. Yeah, nah, that's definitely a must. And it's not really rocket science, you know. Like, I don't understand why. Why wouldn't they? You know. Okay, fair enough. You miss the opportunity of the group buy, because, like, at the end of the day, China is always about, or whatever manufacturer, and at the end of the day, the more units you make, the cheaper it gets. Even if you make it, say, in the US, you're still gonna get parts from China or anywhere in the world, and it's the same concept, regardless, Japan, Germany, whatever. The more you buy, the cheaper they get. So say if you're gonna go group buy, you do 500 PCBs, you save thousands of dollars from, say, ordering 50 PCBs. But I would rather invest some of the money from that 500 PCB and put it on that extra 50 PCB, and you're ensuring that your product is sustainable. It's not rocket science. I mean, no PCB, no keyboard. Unless you want a expensive paperweight, then be my guest. Thank you so much, Nico. We are very excited as well. Nothing much really. I think I'm excited with the desk mat. Let's see how it goes. It's gonna be the first time we hopefully get it out. Probably looking at about the 200-ish units mark. So let's see how that goes. 100 to 200 units. Waiting on the GEM. So if you guys start not hearing from me, that means I'm expecting the GEM to come in. But like I said, all the bits and pieces are already here. All the GEM accessories, you know, the PCBs are already here. I've QC'd about 50% of them. Silicone, dampeners, they're all here. Everything's here, really. It's just the case. I like how the teal one. I wish some of the guys in Discord are actually here today. They've been asking about the dampening, the dampener, the silicone. So with the RAR, the dampener was orange, and with the GEM it's gonna be teal. Teal, why teal? Why orange? Why teal? Well, a bit of history. GHS logo, brand, book, whatsoever. It was designed by Ramon's girlfriend, wife. Are you guys married now, Ramon? So part of that, well, the GHS colors were not yet. Soon, partner. There you go, partner. Sorry about that. Yes, definitely partner, or what we call here in Australia in a bit more legal term would be de facto. So as per the brand book, orange, black, white, teal was pretty much GHS colors, and so that's why we've decided, yeah, let's make that teal. Another thing, the box. So those who own a RAR, the packaging for the RAR had orange on it. Obviously, yes, you guessed it right. The JEM box will have teal on it. Heavy. It's just heavy. I mean, what, 3 kilos for the GEM? Oh, sorry, Rick. I wasn't able to answer your question. I'm just trying to back read. So love the gem design. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Will there be any more available to buy? Yes, definitely. So keep an eye out. We will be announcing on our socials. I haven't been active really that much in the Instagram, Facebook side of things. I'm just conserving so people don't get annoyed if I flood them with bits and pieces of GHS like I've done with the GEM or the XLS. I mean, yeah, so we'll definitely announce pre-order for the JEM, hopefully by early November. So, but that would be just like straightforward, probably just about 10 units max. And then after that, we will definitely release extras after we completely fulfill the JEM, and we will make announcements about that. And that would, thinking back what we've done with the RER, so the A stock extras first, and then after a few weeks followed by the B stock and C stock. Yes, definitely. So there will definitely be extras. November is for the pre-order. Obviously, pre-order that will be slightly. There will be a slight cost on top of it compared to obviously the GB. But the extras will be like the most expensive. I think the RAR, it was like a few dollars on top of the GB cost. Aside from that, and then hopefully December, January, we receive the JEM. We start fulfilling that by then. Because yeah, that would be a hectic month for me. I'll be pretty much in Europe on December. So that I'll be there for a few weeks. So I'm trying to, hopefully it doesn't finish, or finish earlier than later. Because once I get the units, it's gonna be straightforward. I mean, I'm quite confident in that sense. Like with the RAR, I was able to send out 170 units in 4 days, 3 days. Yeah, that's including QC, everything. When will the GB for the SXT 60% happen, and are you waiting for pros to arrive before you share images of those? Yes, I'm waiting on prototypes, hopefully by end of the month or early November, before we start sharing renders. Well, we can definitely start the renders soon, because that design is definitely happening. That's locked in. What do you reckon, Ramon? That's locked in? PCB all good? I'm still gonna open up the XLS anyway. Yep, perfect. Yeah, that's definitely happening before we share out photos and stuff. Again, I'm very excited with that one. Yes, I would definitely love to see renders as well. So we're still gonna brainstorm, what combinations, what finishes and stuff, colors whatsoever. But definitely all the standard edition colors will be available. That's your blanc, your noir, argent, azul. They're all gonna be in there. It's just more on the limited edition what we decide on, or if we're gonna add another standard edition color. But I think with the SXT probably not, because we're gonna start introducing the PC variant, and yeah, definitely excited to see how that goes. First PC ever for us. What else? Yeah, so that's 60%. Hopefully if we get all the ducks right and lined up. I've been pretty devastated with 65 because with the GEM we weren't really able to provide enough prototypes to our friends and the streaming community. You know, we were hammered by just having X amount of prototypes, and we didn't have that much time to work with. And in a sense, we didn't really want it to blow up as well in terms of hype or whatsoever. So it's kind of like, for me personally, in terms of marketing, it was like testing where we're sitting at and where the community of GHS is sitting at. But obviously that's not the case. You know, there's still a lot of people who don't really know anything about us or what we do or what we strive for. So with the SXT, I'll try to hopefully be much better. The problem with prototypes is that it takes a lot of time to make one, and it's very expensive. And all these costs, so whenever we send something out to streamers, for example, to Dutch, to the US, we make sure that in a sense we shoulder everything. You know, that's the least we can do. Pay for the shipping costs, pay for the taxes, all those bits and pieces. And collectively, if you put all of that in account, that's expenses. And obviously, where does those expenses go to? They go to the board. So your group buy, your GEM pricing increases and increases and increases to compensate and make sure you fill those expenses in. And that's the same thing for prototypes. You know, you spend X amount of money for prototypes, and they're probably the most expensive part of this, aside from the logistics, all those marketing bits and pieces. And I was like, all right, let's try to make it nice and simple so we can reduce the cost with the GEM, make it a bit more reasonable. And same thing that we've done with the XLS. XLS, we didn't really send anything out, nothing. It's just basically a design that we believe would really work well with the RAR, and unfortunately it was just way too expensive for a numpad. Like, I would admit, yes, it is expensive for a numpad, but if you think about it in a sense as well, the XLS was what, 200-ish USD, and then people spend money on Alluvia key sets, which is what, 300 USD or 200 plus USD. Or you start comparing the XLS with, you can even compare it with a keyboard. Like, the amount of material you get from it, it weighs about more than a kilo, which is basically what a few full-size, 65% keyboards weigh now. It actually weighs more, probably. It's just the design, unfortunately. So it's either we cut it off or... Yeah, and that. And no, I love the XLS. It's very versatile. You got the option of the knobs. You can completely make it into southpaw. You can completely make it into, turn it into a macro pad. Looking forward to watching this on YouTube. Hope it's gone well. Love the keycaps and the GEM. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones. It's actually, the Bento was one of those key sets that when I was introduced to the hobby, the group buy, I mean, no, they were just fulfilling the bento. They were like sending out the kits, and I was just mind blown. Like I said, wow, that looks like a very, very nice kit. So I said, I really, really need to have one. I'm excited to see the 60. Yes, thank you. It's kind of cool that you're running it on too, provided you're still selling to your core fans. Got a dash, but love that you've done another video. Sell for whatever you need to sell to. Quality is everything. Fans can't have it for free. Thank you so much, Nib. Appreciate it. And yeah, you have a good one. Take it easy. Stay safe. And thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Actually, what we've got is probably, yeah, I'm actually just sweating because there's like what, how many people on the stream right now? And I'm not really stream savvy, so I just see names popping out, chats. So definitely, what, we definitely have 3, I would say. Keep it at 3. No, thanks man, appreciate it. Goosebumps. I think yeah, sometimes, because I personally, and that's another thing that I like about doing this. When I did this stream like last week, you know, I get to put like my personal hat on, or a GHS hat on, and just swap it over, and I can be as unbiased as I can be, or biased at the same time. But at least if I'm being biased, I'm just biased with GHS. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna go here and show you guys a GMK Pro and say this is the best keyboard ever. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I would. Why? Because, well, first and foremost, nobody's paying me to do this. I'm doing this because I want to do it for you guys. And I reckon it's a good thing to do, you know, just be honest in a sense, or just not honest, but kind of like be open-minded, and just express yourself. And I'm enjoying it, love it. Like last week, there were like people asking me what were the good, I mean, what were my top keyboards that I've ever owned. Yeah, and let's build a few this and that. If a few designers are watching this, they'll probably kill me by now, or hate GHS. But who cares? As long as they're happy, I'm happy. What else do we have? Clothing, yeah, I mentioned that. So that, we've got prototypes incoming for that. Actually, how's the lighting? Are you guys, is it kind of like yellowy, or is it all good microphone wise? Not. Oh yeah, bit of an echo in the background, I think. Ooh, let me pull this back a bit. How about that? Oop, I changed my mic. Look at that. Told you I'm gonna be like Paya type isk. Nah, but I'm not gonna sit here talk about moisturizers. But I do moisturize my face sometimes. Mic has an echo. I put like dampenings. Like I've got like a few, you know, you see here like sound suppression things. Maybe I need to tweak the mic or something. Let's have a look. Maybe it's just full volume. Volume's too loud, or that actually probably is right, because how's that? That better? Bro, you look moist. It's fine. It's the same. It's still echo. Shit. It's Probably something with my input. If I get rid of this, do you guys hear me? Still? Nah. Can you guys hear me? Test, 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 test. Oh, I can hear you. Is that better? Still the same. Nah. I'll try to consult the experts eventually. So I apologize for whatever it is that's causing my mic. Hang on. What about that one? Nah. Echo, 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 echo. Better. There you go. I had my desktop input set up with the camera, so I changed it back to the Pro mic. Hello, hello. Honestly, Ramon, every time you give me all these comments and stuff, I like freak out, because you're the one who's always like judging all my videos and stuff. So I know there's something wrong if you say there's something wrong. Cool. Alright. Oh shit. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's more than 5. Oh my gosh. This is like the most people I've had in a stream. Is Dutch still there? Nah. 11 or 12. Oh my god. That's embarrassing. Anyway. What else can we do? It's already happened. What do we have else out there? Oh. GMK keycaps. Are they still? Yeah, I've been pretty much out of the keyboard scene recently. Like I said, ever since I had GHS, I've never really bothered joining any other keyboard group buy or no. And I pretty much stayed away from key cults because I never really win any of those raffles. So I think they're rigged. Yes, key cult, your raffles are rigged. Because fucking hell, I've joined like what? How many times? Not a single win. Nothing. Even your freaking, what do you call it? Wrist rest. Oh, speaking of wrist rest, yeah, we do have a wrist rest. Ta-da! But it's still gonna be redesigned. Focus, damn it. So that's aluminium and wood. And you still have that. Is it called Tadahan? Nah, it's the RST. GHS RST. And as far as I'm aware of, Ron had made some changes with the design. So I think he's added like a bump on silicone here so that it doesn't pretty much scratch your keyboard when you do it like that. And yes, RST for wrist. You're a very smart fella, Pork. Surely you can't be just a pork thief. You can do way better than that. And we've added a GHS logo or something here, just to ensure that, yep, that's a GHS wrist rest. Yes, kind of like SXT 460. Sometimes it's still sushi too. Oh my gosh. Sushi, man. I love sushi. Like, oh. I can have sushi every day of the week, I reckon. Every day of the week. It's insane, isn't it? Sushi, man. Whoever genius designed or invented that is just a genius. Yes, we have that RST. Yes, I need to hammer the manufacturers again and ask for a prototype, because we've updated the design, but as far as I'm aware of, that's all locked in as well. I even have the packaging here somewhere. Packaging! Ta-da! Open that like that. Take away that one. And place it in there. Neat. Close it. You gotta live in the Pacific Rim, much closer to fly to Japan. Yeah, way far from, yeah, it's like about 5 hours by plane if you want to go from Perth to Sydney. Yeah, I reckon that's actually quite smart, because you always put that in there. You don't want to just scratch this side of the case, right? So whereabouts are you from, Pork? Still can't believe you called me moist, Matt. I look moist. Cape Town. Whoa. Cape Town. Hang on. I know Cape Town, but I just want to make sure. Oh man, South Africa. Awesome. I've always wanted to go there, like safari and all those bits and pieces. There's quite a few South Africans here. And what else do I know about South Africa? Oh, Mandela. Many savers in Perth. Yeah, there's quite a few. And considering, I think there's like direct flights from here to South Africa. I would say so. Yeah. Normally when because I used to do like a lot of fly in fly out, so I'm always like in the airport, and there's always like South African Airlines or South Africa flights, and I think they're pretty much direct. So I think we're the only ones who do that, like Perth, not Sydney to direct or whatsoever. Anyway. Nah, so how's COVID treating you guys? Is it like back to normal, or still wearing safety masks? Nah. And hopefully there's not much cases. Or I think we're over that stage now, hey. I think we're past that stage where COVID's like a serial killer lurking around the corner. Because everyone's just, yeah, I've had COVID last week. Nothing fancy. Because here in Perth, it's just pretty much back to normal, really. You know, my family and I have been very sick, probably about a month ago or a few weeks ago. It's just a change of weather, we would say so, but I reckon we had COVID. Little ones normally are guinea pigs, so whenever she's sick, we get her tested. Because, I mean, if she goes positive, then obviously we're positive. It was just how we look at it. In a private game reserve. Whoa, that's intense. Oh man. Soon, hopefully soon. And that's another thing about hobbies and, you know, keyboards in general. And I would say this again, hands down, keyboards, like, probably hands down the best community you can have, and one of the best hobbies you can ever get into. People may not right away, you know, understand. Like, my friends are still like, you would see the big question mark of what the fuck in their face whenever I talk about keyboards. And it's I love it. I mean, it's so diverse as well. Like, when I was fulfilling the RAR, I was always like jumping around and like, hey, I'm sending something to Wisconsin. I'm sending something to Greece. I even sent one to Ukraine, and when the Ukraine war started, I had to get in touch with this guy. I just messaged him, you know. I said, look, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, we're trying to flee now to the mountains area or something like that, because bombs have been starting. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, but I need to bring my keyboards. I was like, forget the fucking keyboards, just run, mate, just run. Anyway, it's amazing, you know. It's amazing how, and now I'm talking to you and you're in South Africa. Amazing. It's just amazing how it connects people, you know, in a sense. And yeah, true. You want to bring, but not the RAR. Like, Matt would know. Like, Matt normally organizes all our keyboard meetups here in Perth, and there was one time I just rocked up with 2 RARs and a few numpads or whatever, or in a GEM. What did I miss? Hello, Sky. How are ya? Nothing much really. Just talking about life in general. Well, just a few updates regarding future GHS stuff. But now we're just chilling out, you know, just trying to mellow down, and it's also getting late, bits and pieces. But by all means, if you got any questions about, you know, Gone Hacking Studio, by all means, just fire away. I'm all ears. More than happy to answer any questions. Lived in the UK for a few years. We have friends that are from Ukraine. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate with Ukraine, isn't it? And a bit unfortunate, especially the people who are not involved. It's just, you know, kids, for instance. How can you do that to kids? You know, next thing you know, you get like bombs blowing up. What did I build this with? I built it, yeah. Oh wow, congratulations on your gem. I built mine with Epsilon switches. Pretty sure that they are. Yeah. And palm POM full plate. Yes. And it's hot swap. Oh yeah, forgot to mention that. Hot swap. Love hot swap. Well, in a sense. Still love the thrill of soldering and everything, but when you try to take photos and sound tests of prototypes, having a hot swap, because we never had a hot swap version with the RAR, it's just too complicated with the whole layout. Ooh, Hyperglide's carbon fiber half plate. Yeah, tricky, but again, another thing about the design itself, be aware and be warned, carbon fiber half plate, all the half plates will be so flexy AF, like flexy. Like even a full plate right now, I don't know if you guys see it, but there's already flex on a POM plate. See that? Whoop, whoop, whoop. And yeah, it's so good. Yeah, with the design, like I've always said, even with the RAR, not everyone's gonna love the RAR design, because obviously subject to preference, but some people wouldn't love the heaviness, the layout, how it is designed, whatever. But if you type on it and the sound, that's where I think the design signature really stands out. Like chuck whatever build you want to do in there, you'd get the results. And results in terms of you don't even need to tape the whole, do a tape build or whatever they call it nowadays. You do like a full tape back. I was like, when watching this one build, and I was like, what the fuck is he doing? Are there any stiffer gaskets? Maybe. Yeah, we can probably introduce the where we pretty sure we've decided before to introduce like a second type of firmness for the gaskets. That's not gonna be a problem. Well, we can definitely work that one out. I'll put that on my handy dandy notepad. Got my handy dandy notepad. Firmness. Firmer gaskets. Done. But again, if you go like full alu or brass, it's definitely stiff. It's just, yeah, the plates and bits and pieces. Oh, I remember I even built a gem with plateless. That was interesting. I think I still have that plate with me. Or that build. Yeah, I think I do. Hang on a sec. Nah. Nope. What is this one? Carbon fiber. What else do we have? So what did you get, Sky? What color? What variant? Thank you. Ooh, blanc. Yep, good choice. Those are the well, because I've got an azul, so this is my prototype. Blanc is actually with Ramon. That's still with me, so I really need to send him that soon. Sorry. And the jade prototype that was circling around with the Need Patina white is actually with Ron, which is one of our designers as well. So we pretty much split. Yeah, Azul's pretty nice. I love it. But I reckon obviously Jade is for me is a standout. Blanc is always, you know, one of those colors that you can never go wrong. And obviously the my favorite underdog, Argent. Argent is, oh, how do I explain it? When we were prototyping back in the days, when we started GHS and RAR was the first design, we requested like 7 or 6. We had like 6 silver case prototypes just to ensure that we kind of get this specific finish of silver. Yeah, Jade was really tough. Like, unfortunately, considering the amount of number of the Jade, there were actually more people who joined the Jade raffle than the actual standard edition raffle. So it was really that hard. It was and the funny part is that whenever we do the raffles, we, like, me and Ron would normally like join the raffle, just, you know, for shits and giggles, and and kind of explained why I couldn't win a key call, because all the raffles I've joined the GEM, I've joined the RAR. It's like I'm like on the last 10 bottom line. It's like, what the fuck? How is that even possible, right? It is what it is. Yeah. Just want to make sure I expose the desk mat. Yeah, but again, thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Is a jade close to iron teal? Let's have a look. Iron. Yeah, no, I've never owned the iron keyboard as well. It's a 165, right? Nah, it's actually kinda, but the iron 165 looks, I mean, if I'm looking at the right one, nah, I think jade is just a bit more it's a bit more vibrant, and I find the photo of the 165 a bit more matte or darker in a sense. Not matte, sorry, darker, just darker. The jade is just more vibrant, more yeah, it's just more there's a term we have in a different language. It just stands out, pops, the color just pops. It's like this scarlet red, you know, like it's just the red is just a bit more vibrant compared to the azul, which is a bit more like kind of like darker in a sense. 7V, yes. What do you think about the 7V? You loving it? That would be a good match, because I would assume your 7V would have like SS as well. Awesome. That's the main thing. You know, keyboards are meant to be built and used. Well, you can put them in a frame as well and like have them sitting as a display. That would be alright. Yeah. Yeah. So it's both E-white, is it? Yeah. Then that will be alright, because I mean, like, once you get your gem, you come back and, you know, come back on the stream and we can have a chat and let me know what you reckon, you know, comparing it with your 7V. Well, it's not really direct comparison, it's more of like 7V against the RAR. Nice, very nice. I'm very excited for you. Art that gets used, that's it. Yeah, if you exactly my words. Like, I try to hopefully, fingers crossed. No, quite happy with the RAR so far. Yeah, it's been what? We've completed the RAR last December, so it's gonna be like a year soon. No, that's like what I said a while ago. So all our products, we are not gonna do any round two, nothing. Even with the colors, like the limited editions, we're not gonna use them again, unless the design is directly in relation to an existing design. For example, the RAR, RAR has Scarlet. We're gonna use Scarlet for the XLS, because the XLS is, you know, we've pretty much designed it to go with the RAR. %100% pork. And that's why my friends were like, so why would you spend X amount of dollars on a keyboard? Well, first and foremost, I work from home. I do a lot of SAP stuff. I still have my daytime job, so I do a lot of like planning and maintenance, asset reliability kind of stuff using SAP. So I'm literally just in the desk in my keyboard. And then when I get home, you know, I try to relax after a few this and that with my kids, or with my, well, not kids, my daughter. Just have one kid, and family and stuff. And after that, finish my day. I pretty much just play video games, you know, play MMOs mainly. And again, keyboard. Nothing beats the satisfaction if you got like a premium keyboard in front of you. It's just amazing. Same thing goes on any other hobbies, you know, like audiophile, for instance. Nelson! How are you, mate? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. So yeah, unfortunately, Sky, the answer to your question, there's not going to be any round twos. Not going to be any Scarlet colorways, not going to be any Jade, not going to be any gems, not going to be any XLS. That's alright. Better late than never. That's my word. That's what I always tell my wife. Never late, better late than never. And then I get a slap in the face. Nah, just kidding. She's alright. I'm still gonna wash the dishes soon. What's the next layout? SXT. As Pork said, 60%. That's the next layout. It's yeah, going back to the SXT is gonna be like a introduction for us. Introduction to the light version. So light version is we've kind of redesigned the case, make it a bit more, well, definitely lighter, and being able to sustain polycarb case. So there will be RGBs and everything. So we're gonna do the same thing with all the existing designs. Like the RAR will have a light version. That's why to those who own a RAR unit, the PCBs actually have underglow on them. The GHS.JEM also has underglow as standard, because in the future when we release the light version, you can just, you know, if you decide to get a PC case, you can just chuck in your existing build from your GEM, put it onto the GHS.JEM light, and it's gonna work 100%. Where's the GEM PCB? GEM. For instance, GEM PCB. Like I said, I've already got everything. Like I've got the PCBs, I've got the plates of the GEM, just waiting on the case. Hot swap. Chuck it in. See if it lights up. Where's my daughter board? That's a lot of oh yeah, that's a lot of gaskets. Nah, unfortunately, there won't be any spare weights to be sold. Yeah. I know like the modes probably sell spare, or some keyboards sell spare. Ta-da! Look at that. How bright is that? I'm quite excited to see how that goes on a PC case. Yes, that's a lot. That's heaps of gaskets, isn't it? But I definitely love the GEM. Like, so easy to build compared to the RAR. If you're gonna build an RAR, you definitely need time. Like it's not really your average build. Unlike the GEM's so easy. Just get your gaskets, clip them in. You would feel that they would snap in. Actually makes a click. Done, and you're done. Just put it in there. Doop. Oh really? You guys use this kind of gasket on the PCB? Whoa. Wow. I didn't know that. QK65 has the same gasket as the GEM. Whoa. Let's have a look. QK65. The RAR is a burger O-ring mount. Pretty much like the SAT 75. Actually, pork, it's all the above. Like it provides the bounce, provides the flex, but again, keep in mind the mounting is actually via the PCB, so you can actually do a plateless build with the JEM, but on solder, obviously. Do I have a RAR on hand? Of course I do have a RAR on hand. I'll show you my RAR. I'm the only, well, there's 3 of us who has this one. I've got 4 RARs. Urgh. I wish I could sell them, but they're pretty much, yeah. It's hard really to choose, cause so I've got the Scarlet, Ramon, how many RARs do you have? Come on, spill it out. How many RARs do you have, Ramon? How many RARs do you have? 1? Oh, fuck off. Fucking 1 RAR. You've got the Scarlet prototype RAR. You got the Lavender prototype. What colorway is the GEM? What do you mean, like available colors for the GEM? You got white, you've got blue, azul, blanc, white, noir, which is black, and argent, which is silver, and then the special edition is jade. And I think, Sam, if I'm not mistaken, you've got like 3 or 2 argents, 1 or 2 black ones. You definitely have like 6 at least. But I feel for you, you still don't have your Scarlet bottom piece. Yeah, Proto. This one's kind of special. This was the very, very first RAR prototype. And I had it repainted to beige. And it's the very first prototype, the very first supposedly design of the RAR, where the weight isn't exposed. The weight is just sitting here at the back, just hidden, so it's full seamless. Fucking heavy. Oof, oof, oof. So yeah, that's my RAR. Still got the lavender. The lavender is a science project by Ramon. Actually, it's Ramon's idea. You know, we get like a raw copper weight, and we just do our own like knead patina kind of work. So mine is just raw copper. And obviously it's patina, because I haven't really done anything to it yet, but I'm planning to send it to knead patina and he can work his magic and see how it goes. So yeah, lavender RAR, there's only three ever made. It was a token of appreciation from the manufacturer. Well, that was his terms, but the way I look at it, they were excess materials, and the manufacturer was kind enough to say, all right, I'll do three RAR units for you, for your team. I said, well, thank you. And I said, all right, let's try something. Check out the lavender color. Ah. Yeah, it's quite interesting actually. It's a very interesting colorway. At least I know now what kind of lavender to expect from them. Well, anyway, what would be? Yeah, because like I said, I'm pretty much. I've been really out from the. Well, I haven't really been updated much with the current scenario with the keyboard community. You know, I've been looking every now and then. I've seen a lot of new faces and new stuff, you know, new set of keycaps. But I don't know, are there anything any good now to compare with GMK's, or GMK still top of the chain? Yeah, still GMK. Hey, can never go wrong. Like, I mean, I've tried a few, like what do you call this? I was gonna say CP3, but they're not CP3s, because that's a basketball player. What was the name of it? I've tried IFKs. They were, yeah, they were alright. I respect the packaging, but the color is just not really in there. It's just dull. CRP, there you go. Yes, I love CRP in a sense, but to an extent, still not really in comparison. I mean, it's just because I love like classic keycaps. But yeah, GMK is still like sound and quality, it's still there, and value for money. Because even if you have like a GMK keycap, you would know that you can, if you're tired of the color, you just get rid of it at a good market value instead of the others. And then you can just swap it around or trade it even with another GMK set. Easy. Yeah, nah, I haven't really done anything so far. Like, I'm not up to date with switches. I'm not up to date with the keycaps. Ah, yeah, I did. Did I put a deco on a blank prototype? I did, right? That was nice. Yeah, I still have GMK deco. That's a pretty interesting keycap set. Ah, thank you. See, I can be an influencer. I've influenced Sky to keep GMK deco from being disposed. What else do I have? Ah, the last GMK set that I bought was the recent Serica. But I must admit, GMK, you guys rock. That new packaging is just very good. So polite, Ramon. See you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up soon as well. Getting late. Little one got school in the morning. GMK Lavender. What's that? Let's have a look. GMK Lavender. Ah! I'm not plugged in. Ah! Ooh! This will look good on this set. I mean on this keyboard. Oh! Kinda reminds me like, what's that? Frost Witch? Fuck. Get out of here. Yeah. Yep. Whereabouts are you from, Sky? Oh man, is it really that good? I've been eyeing on Frost Witch. It's just so hard. Ooh, Sweden. Whoa. Wow. See, that's what I said, Pork. You get, this hobby. It connects people from different places. It's amazing how it works, isn't it? It's amazing how technology plays a part. I keep on saying this, like, I think right now is a very good era in a sense where technology can really help small businesses, small design studios to actually be kind of like, in a sense can compete with the big guns because of this, platforms, everything, amazing. What board are you planning to build it on? It's so hard to get a Frost Switch here in Australia. I got this guy who I normally buy keycaps from him. So yeah, he puts a little bit of markup, but it's very understandable. Nothing like Mac Market kind of insane markups, At least I get the keycaps. It's already in stock. Speaking of keycaps, have they finished Striker 2? Ooh. 3.0 Matrix. I've owned a Matrix keyboard. I think it was a 1.2 or something Matrix. It's a TKL. What do they call their keyboards again? And I've owned a Noah. 3.0 is the one with... Is that the one with the light? End of October, apparently. Exciting. A little hot. Yeah, so that's the one with the light, right? That round thingy at the side. The 2.0 had circle. Oh, okay, fair enough. So it's heart shaped now. Yeah, that's what I had, the 1.2, the strip. Yep. And then the 2.0 is the one with the circle. So that's the only difference, the hot for the 3.0. I like the Matrix keyboards. I mean, they're pretty good. I just find the 1.2. I own the 1.2. Beautiful keyboard, a beautiful color. It's like coral, and I just find it too low. The angle was too low for me. So yeah, wasn't really with that one. But finish wise, I had like a coral finish. It was like Cerakoted, but it was like smooth Cerakoting. So that really turned out really well. And so complicated to build Matrix keyboard as well. But the most complicated keyboard I've built and I've owned, and probably hands down my favorite keyboard of all time. Well, I've never owned a Jane or a Keycult to compare, or an Iron, for instance, to compare. FMJ80. I don't know if you guys have heard about that. FMJ80. That was, yeah, that's the keyboard for me. Like I've owned the silver one, and that was the best anodizing on a keyboard that I've ever seen. And I had to, like, in order to build it, you had to actually solder the diodes yourself. Like the kit comes with the diodes and you solder it on the PCB. And it didn't have like what you call this, a USB endpoint, like the actual, it gives you like an actual cord. So you solder that in also to the PCB directly. It doesn't have like a JST or something, or yeah, definitely not a daughter board. That was pretty much, yeah, one of probably the best keyboard I've had. Yeah, it's probably that old, or it's just that, I don't know if you can still Google anything about it. FMJ80. I'm pretty sure they stopped making it. Yeah, there you go. You can still Google it. FMJ80. Beautiful keyboard. Beautiful. Love that keyboard. Yeah, silver. Oh. And there's a black. Then yeah, it came with the cord and the actual end tip, so you can just plug it directly. And you can choose whichever. FMJ80. I'll type it down. FMJ80. That's my favorite non-GHS keyboard. Yeah, nah, like I said, ever since I started, I mean, with the GHS, I've never owned, never bought any other keyboard aside from GHS. What else did I own before? Had an Unicorn. Unicorn's actually pretty good, like finishing wise. So I'd say TGR would probably have that really nice finishing. Like old school TGR. I don't know what the Mono K TGR is, so I haven't seen one, but I've heard like even with the Unicorn. Unicorn was like a collaboration of TGR with Singa KB, who makes Singa keyboard. I think that was the story behind that, right? It's not really like a TGR Jane or a TGR 910 or TGR Alice or whatever. But the Noah was, I mean, the Unicorn had really good finishing. It's like a thick kind of feel. Yeah, so same with the Tomo. So I can't really attest. I don't know. I haven't seen any. I haven't had one. So I can't attest what the finishing is. Yeah, probably collab with the design, or probably TGR designed it and then Mono K manufactured it. Looks like they manufacture whatsoever. I haven't owned a key cult as well. But what I'm really curious about to see is that, like I said last stream, that German keyboard. What was that? The Zeist. Zeist. Zeist machine. Is it Zeist machine or the expensive one? Yeah, I would love to see how that one goes. If they can actually fulfill it as per what they're claiming to fulfill it. Have they finished that keyboard yet? Zeist machine. The one with the big copper thingy. That will be interesting. Yeah, I haven't really been updated recently with whatsoever. Have they finished it? No way, right? When did they start that one? Let's try to complete my update. Nah, it wasn't. There were no SS offered for the RAR. They were all just brass PVD. It's just, yeah, cost as well. He only found the old IC for the RAR. Yeah. Can't believe it's been, what? It's gonna be well, it's more than a year now since we launched the RAR, because we launched that one back in April last year. We fulfilled everything December last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Induction. I think that's the only different plate that we have for the RAR, the copper, the raw copper. Just trying to make an update. Yes, so the 60%, that's definitely happening soon. Really soon. We should be releasing renders within the month. We should be receiving the prototype end of the month and or early November. There will be 2 layouts, HHKB and I think the WKL. I think so. And it's gonna be an introduction to the light variant or versions. So it's a SXT light right away. And yeah, it will have obviously PC available as an option. And yes, there's gonna be a light version for the RAR. There's gonna be a light version for the GEM. Light version means we've redesigned the case, so it's definitely gonna be way lighter. It's not gonna be 3 pieces anymore. It's gonna be a smaller white. Materials wise, it's obviously less materials. In order to compensate and obviously to be able to engage the polycarb material. And light for lights, RGB. All PCBs that we will be releasing will have already has underglow as standard. So yeah, with the existing build, like I've got this existing RAR GEM build, I can just chuck it in the GEM light and RAR light case or polycarb case, or even, you know, metal cases itself. This is going to be all the same internal mountings. Alice, at this stage we haven't really concluded yet. There was supposed to be an Alice one, but there's still a lot of questions around it, whether we will be releasing it or it's going to be something a bit more personal in a sense. So yeah, so that's well, let's see, hopefully in the future, but definitely there's going to be a TKL. That's going to be like the end of the design signature of the RAR. The slope, the sides, all those bits and pieces. That's gonna end with the TKL. I expect that to be like 6 kilos easy. brushed weight, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Something different, brushed weight, brushed SS or brass or even copper, I reckon that would look good. Lavender and brushed copper. Now you're... See, that's why I like doing these kind of things. It's just relaxing. At least I'm not like soldering or anything on. Yeah, it's just... I get ideas from you guys, because at the end of the day, that's what I've been reminding my team. Like, we need to always keep in mind you guys. You know, not just... Yeah, it's of course the designs mean a lot to us, but in a sense we need to be a bit more open-minded to make the design a bit more universal. You know, like not everyone's gonna agree with a specific design. You know, not everyone's gonna agree that the RAR design looks good or the GEM looks good, because subject to personal preference. But yeah, we can. That's the only thing we can do. We can try, and at the same time have a platform of you know, doing it properly, doing it better. Customer service. There are things that we have control. We can provide updates on a timely manner. Those are the small things that, for me, is one thing that really pushed me into creating GHS, because I think personally that there's so many designers and there's so many keyboards and whatsoever, and the community is top notch, but it lacks that professionalism. You know, you get a fresh college graduate who knows how to do CAD, and he's involved with the scene and goes, yep, I'll design a keyboard, put it on a group buy, chuck it on a Excel spreadsheet or a Google shared drive, and the next thing you know, accountability isn't there. You know, you're waiting on keyboards for years, and get keyboards in like... Where does the GHS name come from? I don't know. I had a pair of shoes before, and I used to be a sneakerhead, like literally hardcore sneakerhead. Like I would sleep in front of Foot Locker, you know, camp. I got plugs. We've all been there. That's it. It's quite amazing how it toned down now. Hey, like imagine at least right now it's quite reasonable if you want to buy a Yeezy. Like you can at least like buy one. Before it's like you gotta kill someone for it. And I had this pair of foams that was named Gone Fishing, and for some reason that name kind of stuck in my head. And when we were brainstorming about names, I said, kind of like the sound of Gone Hacking Studio. And Ramon and Ron just said, yep, let's make it Gone Hacking Studio. And that's how GHS came about. Nothing really fancy. You know, I'm not a hacker, or at least it kind of correlates into the whole keyboard. I mean, if you're a hacker, you obviously you need some sort of keyboard form of input. Yeah, now it's pretty dead, isn't it? Back in the day, it's crazy. Remember, you know, I was even getting pairs from Norway, Europe, London. You know, you get your plugs. And in my sense, because I'm 6'5", so and I'm a size 14, 15, so it's a bit like hard. And oh my god, like when I jumped into the keyboard community and the keyboard hobby, I remember the first time I experienced someone selling something, and everyone was just like throwing rocks at this person. Like they were like jumping dolphins, swirling dolphins. Everyone's like just accusing him, laughing, you know, like shame, shame, flipper, 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 flipper. I was like scratching my head. I was like, what the hell's going on here? I mean, I've got a guy, he's got something, he's trying to sell it. I'm like, all right. Damn, what's happening? Make sure you don't do that. Anyway, because with sneakers, it was pretty hardcore. It was literally selling. It was literally gangster, you know, like gangster shit. Like you get shot for your pair of Jordans. Yeah, but I mean, with the sneaker community, it was there's no such thing as embarrassment or whatever. Like I remember, like I said last stream, you know, I was camping in front of Foot Locker, and the beauty about camping is that if you're ahead, Foot Locker people, you get to know them, you know, and they when they lock up, they come out and say, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna release like 40 pairs tomorrow, and then these are the allocations, you know, there's like 2 size 14s, 1 15, 4 whatsoever. Yeah, you know, they do that, and it was fun, you know, like camping. I bring in like a PS4 and play NBA stuff. It was pretty good fun. Yeah, you will get to know the FL guy because you're always there, you know. It's every Friday for me, like Friday night, because Saturday is the release normally, so Saturday morning. It's alright, I was lining up, and then you get the allocations, you know, and then that's a good thing, because if you get people rocking up at say 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, and you say, yeah, there's only 40 pairs, and you know, these are the sizes, and these are the sizes that are gone now, and kind of gives you like that sense of shit, I'm not gonna waste my time anymore, you know, just fuck off. And there was this chick in front of me, and small girl, like I'd say about 5'2", 5'4", small girl, hands down, and silent. Nobody really asked anything because that was the first time we saw that person there camped. And there was this bloke at the end of the line that just came in the morning, and he's like, I'm alright, because I mean, I know the bloke because he's pretty much the only size 14 that I normally compete with. So we always know there's only 2 of us. So it's either I rock up early, I don't camp, or he rocks up. He camps and rocks up early, because at the end of the day, we're still gonna get a pair, unless there's no size 14s. And true enough, this girl in front of me bought a size 14. I was scratching my head like, what the fuck? What are you gonna do with a size 14? So the guy at the end, yeah, just literally, like, I was like at shock, because you go in like in pairs or by 3s, you know, and you order your size. Nah, Foot Locker didn't. You can get whatever size you want. And this chick got a size 14. I was able to get a size 14 because I was next to her. But the guy at the end of the line that's supposed to still able to get in wasn't able to get a pair. And I was telling him, that girl took your size 14. And he actually had a chat with the girl and just, you know, trying to pay the girl off. And true enough, he was able to pay the girl off $500 for a pair that's been bought for 200. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, there are some places, especially with the Yeezys, it has to be your own size. And then they stopped doing the campouts. They like did it like raffles and stuff, and then that's where all the bots. I come to think, I would assume that like bots started really. Yeah, you can buy Yeezys on Adidas now. Quite straightforward, quite easy, not like before. But nah, it's sneakers is just intense. And then moving across to keyboards, like I got this guy trying to sell a GMK set, and everyone's like flipping. Like I remember Game of Thrones, like going shame, shame, shame. Feel bad for the guy. Anyway, I mean, same stand for me, you know, with GHS. It's so hard to filter things and make it hard. At least I can do is just come up with a platform that's a bit more reasonable. I don't want people to be signing up making essays just to make it hard. It's hard alone to be able to get a unit, you know, win a raffle, and then you're gonna make it hard, even hard to just join the raffle. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, with the keycaps, I've got this guy who I normally buy keycaps from. He puts a little bit of markup, you know, like $20, 30, understandable, instead of me waiting for 6 months. It's just how it is, you know. He's trying to do stuff for himself. I respect that, and it is what it is. It's just life, I guess. And at the end of the day, it's the demand, really, you know. If you got someone selling $2,000 for a key called keyboard, and you get people like left, right, and center trying to get it, then yeah, by all means, the next person is gonna sell his key card for $2,000. You know, and then eventually what happens is you join key cult to win a key cult keyboard, because that's extra money. That's like investment for you. That's a fact. I mean, unless you obviously so love the design that you don't sell it. But 100%, or probably not 100%, I'd say about 70 to 80% people who own key cult keyboards would sell their keyboards. I think. Yeah, that's 90% of the people joining key cult raffles do. Yeah. Now, for me personally, I just wanted to join the key cult keyboard because I don't want to spend $2,000 aftermarket just to be able to see what the damn thing is. You know, what the fuzz is all about. And then you get like Taya type just going around saying, this purple keyboard with this weight, look at this weight, is so amazing. I'm like, fuck off. That's like fucking raw, man. That's like machine marks. Then you put a hype on it. Does my head in. That's machine marks. Yes. What? Machine marks in a pattern. That's like raw machine marks. But that's how marketing works. Remember that time where, yeah, less work, more stonks. That's it, 100%, mate. Remember that time where Supreme was selling a block, like literally a rock, marked Supreme, and that was selling for like $1,000. You remember that? I was like, I was so close to getting that damn rock. Just for the flex. Yeah, Supreme had the most stupid products. Oh man. I remember I had my first Supreme sweater, and fucking yeah. First Supreme sweater that I had. Like I worn it straight for 3 days, chucked it on the dryer, like from triple XL. I swear it shrunk into like a large. There you go, Supreme Brick. Oh, fuck you, man. Don't, Matt. Why? Why would you buy a Supreme Brick? What did you do with it? Oh man, that was so funny. That's the power of marketing. That's what did you do with the brick? Fuck off. Keyboard, you can type on a keyboard, man. You can enjoy your keyboard at least. You can build a what can you do on a brick? What can you literally do on a brick? You tell me. Oh man. Yeah, I know you got like all the hype beast written all over you, man. You're like walking Yeezys and stuff. How much did you sell it for? How much did you sell it for? $300. Oh, I'm crying. Oh man. Damn Supreme Brick. That's classic. I know, it's ridiculous. I mean, probably not anymore now, because it kind of like died down a bit. Yeah, they were flipping stickers, Supreme stickers. That was crazy. I tell you, man, like that's why I kept on saying keyboard community is just hands down legit, like the kindest, most trusting community ever, hands down. Right now, I've dived into a few hobbies. I mean, I've got myself into home espresso, so I've got an espresso machine. That's another rabbit hole. You got so many parts and pieces, but at the end of the day, again, I love coffee. Been doing nice latte and stuff for the missus recently. Oh yeah, yeah, man. I mean, you can't mess with the nerds. That's it. You know, regardless how much I'm a nerd. I love being a nerd. I would rather be a nerd than a fucking idiot buying a fucking brick for $300. But yeah, I would probably buy that back in the day. I mean, see, that's the thing as well with the espresso, mate. Like, I love coffee, all right. I like seriously love coffee, and coffee in Australia. Matt, help me out here. Coffee in Australia is hands down. Here in Perth, you can get like one of the best coffee. Well, for me at least. Japan was good. But anyway, those are the only places. But comparing to the Philippines, where I grew up, it's shit coffee. And the machines are expensive, but they are well, what would I say? It's a huge upgrade. Like, if you want to get into coffee, you don't want to deal with the machines and stuff, you can try drip. You know, you can try drip coffee or your what do you call that? Yeah, drip. Just try that to begin with. You know, you grind your own coffee beans, have a play with it. Yeah, Starbucks. We don't have any Starbucks here. Like they sprung like mushrooms and they died like yeast. Yeah, I need some. Where do you get some here? Can you get some like Indonesian beans? Yeah, Indonesia has pretty good beans, hands down. Yeah, it's just that volcanic soil, I reckon. I think. Um, yeah, nah. Starbucks died here long ago. You can never see a Starbucks joint in Australia. There's probably one in Melbourne. Nah, I think it's done. No more. Yeah, like that. I haven't tried that. I'm quite doubtful to die that. I mean, to try that cat beans, but apparently it's the best. So why not? Um, so yeah, so I've dived into coffee. So I've got a pretty nifty espresso machine, or because I didn't really believe, because like, you look at social media right now, there's a lot of content like people making home espresso, and it looks kind of like easy in a sense. Because before it was just technical for me. Like I got a Breville espresso machine, and it was manual, and I couldn't really pour a shot. Like it was just shit. It was so complicated. You need to, be mindful with your grinding. You gotta be mindful with your temping. It was just so complicated. And then right now, there's just so many content with coffee, with espresso. So many content that you can just, they've got a lot of terms, or I mean, like guidelines already. If you put X amount, you have to look at X amount at X amount of time. So basically, you just need to forget about the. If you think the espresso machines are expensive, you can try like your Brevilles, your Bambinos, your single espresso machine. Yeah, you can get like a cheapy ones. Even the I started with a Gaja Pro. That's like $300 from Costco or something. Because I just wanted to make sure that I can make coffee. Started with that. Did what I've learned from social media and stuff. And next thing you know, I was pouring shots. Easy. And that's when I started to get like a proper espresso machine. When I jumped from the Gaja to the espresso machine was just literally like, if you spend, for example, 30 minutes in the Gaja, you spend 5 minutes on the on the proper espresso machine. Like stronger pressure, stronger like perfect pressure, stronger pressure for the milk, for the froth. Just better overall. That's about it. That's what you're paying for, and your espresso machine is gonna be with you forever, man. Like, just get it serviced. Put it this way: if you spend here in Australia, it's about $4.05 for a cup of coffee. You spend that, say you have coffee once or twice in a day. I would definitely have like once in a day. So put that in a week, multiply it by 7. Let's see. You spend about $31 for a week. Times that by 4, you spend about 126 in a month. Times 12, you spend about 1,500 in a year. And that's already an espresso machine. And then all you have to do is just buy beans. Beans is like, buy like 600 grams of beans and last me for like a month and a half. But yeah, it's fun. Espresso is fun for me. And Matt, let me know where the beans are, bro. I need beans. Beans. What else have I dived into? I've done a little bit of audio file stuff. Before I didn't really, I thought to myself, hey, I'm deaf in one ear. Well, kind of deaf in one ear, and how good can music sound? I thought that, I have like a Sonos system in the house, in the home theater, and that for me was like mind-blowing, like Dolby and all those Atmos kind of thing. But then a friend of mine got me into audiophile stuff. I was like, listen to this. Chucks in an earphone. I was like, yeah, it's music. Oh yeah, I'm just playing something from Spotify. And chucks into this kind of music on a different earphone. It's like, what the fuck? That's so much better. That's another rabbit hole. But yeah, keyboard still hands down the best community. Nah, Sky is from Sweden, Pork. Definitely no Starbucks here in Australia. Well, not in Perth. Oh, photography is a rabbit hole. Yes. Ah, man. Lenses? Oh. Lenses alone does my head in. Like, even just to have the setup that I have right now, it's just... Sonos, if you're gonna let me choose from Bose to Sonos, I don't know. I like the Sonos system. It just sucks if you don't have internet. If you don't have internet, then you can't really use the damn thing, right? Ah, man, yeah, photography. That's a different story. That's way hardcore. I mean, not hardcore. Like, I mean, expensive. That's why it's something you do for a living. Nah, but again, that's the beauty of having social media at the moment. You know, it allows you to be in a position to have a platform where you can actually make money at the same time support the things you like to do, you know, like for filming or for photography or whatsoever. Oh, there you go. Ah, bloody I'm happy with what am I using now? Well, I've been using a Sony. I don't know why I bought Sony, but since I've got the Sony 6400, I dived into the ZV-E10. I like the ZV-E10, to be honest. It's just a simple plug and play and easy to use. Good night, bro. Yeah, I'll be jumping out as well now. Definitely first day of school for the little one tomorrow, so um with the 6400 definitely need Camlink, but the ZV-E10 is literally I'm just plugging in a USB-C on it direct to the computer. That's my face cam at the moment is ZV-E10. Will do, Matt. Thank you so much. Catch you soon, eh? Catch up soon. Coffee beans. Oh, I'll hit you up once I get the SXT. RX 100V. I'm not too sure. Is that the one that shows how moist your face is? I don't know. Is it? I obviously I can't see what you guys are seeing, or is it what I'm seeing in what do you call this? OBS. Is it what you guys are seeing? What I'm seeing in OBS? Because it's quite clear. Yeah, it's quite. I don't know. Probably missing a few texture. Yeah. Just I know, mate. But if you were on my age, mate, married with kid, I'd take any compliment I can get. You can call my face moist anytime, and I'll take that as a good positive compliment. Overhead view. I'm using the 6400 as the overhead, and I've got one of those Elgato, what you call that stick thing, and then you can. It has like a attachment that can make it. You can go like that, like forward. Pork, you're that close, mate. That close. I'll give you a RAR. Nah, just kidding. I can't. Or maybe I can. Ooh, say 7R3. Yeah. Yeah. The R3 would be too heavy, mate. If you really want something for overhead, I reckon 64 or 6400 or the ZVE10. Beautiful, so light, so tiny. I think, yeah. Flex. Well, you like heavy stuff. Imagine a GHS camera. Can't be mounted. See, well, I really love doing this kind of stuff. I reckon I should do this weekly, you know, just chill out, have a chat with people. It's good fun. With PVD brass tripod mounting plate. Yeah, that would be. Imagine all the marks on that PVD tripod mounting plate. Hey, come to think, there's no titanium boards, hey. Is there any? Are there any? Titanium keyboard. That would be so expensive. Titanium inset in a boat. No, not that I know of as well. Titanium would be interesting. Let's have a look and have a chat with that. Because you can do a lot of good stuff with titanium. Yeah, oh, that's another thing. I've been doing cycling recently, so I got myself a road bike. Man, I used to have like I used to be like a mountain bike guy, you know. Like if I think about getting a bicycle, straight away mountain bike, no questions asked. But oh, light speed, yeah. Titanium is more of like solid, man. Just a solid choice. Like if you really want to do bike rides like every day, just get a titanium. Solid. Carbon is just, yeah. Amazing how light and durable that thing is. Bloody heavy, I reckon, and massive, and that thing, I mean, I remember my wife was like telling me that, will that thing handle you? Yeah. Carbon looks good as well, especially on the road bikes. And all the recent ones, I'd say they all pretty much, especially if you're into racing and stuff, definitely carbon. It's just so light. The bike I have is, I reckon, well, for some reason, I can lift my bike easy than lifting the RAR. Bloody RAR. full brushed RAR when? That's not gonna happen, sadly. We're not gonna release any RARs anymore aside from the light version, but it's supposed to be light. So brushed SS full for RAR, that's gonna be so hectic. That would be so heavy. Heavy when? Oh man, I don't know. That's, yeah, sadly not gonna happen anymore. I do try. Next time, like, have some grips or something, hey. Only full brass or SS offered. We've been talking to pretty much our manufacturer, you know, trying to get them to approve like one-offs for us so we can actually like start doing personalized builds, bespoke builds, and that's probably, yeah, commissions. I would really love to commission RAR or GEM or XLS. Yes, would definitely love to commission that, but that's not really a question that I can answer unless obviously the manufacturer agrees to it, because that's the main thing. These manufacturers don't really like doing one-offs because the amount of time you actually put to make one, it just kills their productivity. So the way my understanding is, you spend X amount of time just putting the files into the CNC machine. That's hours. And if you're doing just one, where you can spend that X amount of hours doing 100 or 200, you make more money. Yeah, if commission, it's definitely just the design, anything, any material, any finish, that's gonna be used towards the design. That's basically my idea of how you want to do a commission. So say you want to have brushed or full brass PVD cased, you know, or make it a bit like, say, top is gold and bottom is... Yeah, I'm not familiar with the keycal commissions though, how much, but I would totally understand and respect if it is expensive, because put it this way, it's like requesting a prototype, and it's not like you can request prototypes always, like yeah, roughly around that, I would say so. Yeah, that's quite about the right price, because prototypes are very expensive. They're so expensive, and I get it, because if, for example, I'm into coffee, for example, and I go to China and say, "Yup, can you guys build me an espresso machine?" You know, if I can get an espresso machine cheaper from them than the market, than buying an actual espresso machine for a one-off, then everybody will just jump into China and get one done. Why even bother buying it from retail, right? I mean, you're paying for the price, yes, but, or classic for the bike. If you want to get a bike frame, go to China and get one done, if it's that cheap. But nah, I think they understand the process, that not everyone... Yeah, you're true. I don't know how MM works. It does my head in. I've deleted MM in my Discord because I don't want to deal with that place. It's just hard, rough, and tough. Well, okay, lads. Sadly, I would have to put an end to this very, very meaningful stream that we've had. Re-anodizing, nah, unfortunately I can't. But we are very fortunate that we have Need Deep Patina. That guy is a wizard, genius, man. He's Da Vinci of fucking keyboards. The work that guy does, very, very nice, very, very nice. I just wish and hope that, you know, he doesn't get hammered or get stressed or get I don't know, I just wish he stays the same. He's a very, very nice guy, hands down, top-notch bloke. Chip on the front lip. Where? In Mech Market? Fuck! I guess someone dropped his RAR. Yeah, anodizing is hard. Yeah, it's I would say Need Deep. He can reconstruct the whole thing, man. Easy. He can even redo the weights. Amazing. That guy is such an artist. Such an artist. But again, hands down, I've been totally enjoying this, you know, like it's been such a blast being able to just, before when I was thinking about this, I thought to myself, I needed something to be able to connect with you know, with you guys, with those people who have questions about the RAR, or those who have existing orders and group buys of the GEM. And I just knew, you know, I had to set something up and just kind of like make my face a bit thick and less shy or whatever. But nah, so far it's been pretty good. And as you guys can notice, I love talking about keyboards. Anything in general, really. Because nobody in the household can really understand keyboards aside from you guys. So this is like the best it's like, I look at this like as if I'm in a meetup, you know. Yeah, he's pretty busy right now, but just, you know, just ask the question every now and then. But yeah, again, he's, oh man, anything I need done, if weights wise, if I chip something, I'll just send it over, especially if I love the keyboard. Nah, unfortunately I don't have anything yet for the carrying case. We really need to start working on that. I'll definitely work on that this week, because at this stage it's just really drawings and stuff, and we're, you know, been brainstorming ideas about the materials and stuff, because I have experienced carrying the RAR and the GEM, going to keyboard meetups, and it wasn't pleasant. You know, if you have 2 RARs and 2 GEMs, I wish I had a trolley. So whatever carrying case that we need to design, especially for the RAR, it has to be really durable. Yeah, I was actually quite amazed with the Andromeda case. That was quite, hopefully it was as rock solid as how it looks in photos. But yeah, I haven't seen one in person, but definitely something on that heavy duty side of things. Mostly, yeah. So still working on that. Yeah, I haven't seen Alluvia as well. Although speaking of keycap packaging, I've been very impressed with the new GMK packaging. Very impressed. Thank fuck they started doing that. And come to think, why the fuck did they only take this long for them to decide that their eggshell fucking keycap cases are so bad? So bad. But yeah, the new ones are good. Where's my new one? I think I've got a new one floating around here somewhere. Ah. Look how good is that? That's beautiful. Locked, locked. Yeah, you still got the eggshells, but at least everything's secure, you know? Compact. Very nice. Carousel. Ah, man, yeah. Now that's packaging. See? I mean, how much is a Alluvia keycap set? 300? 200 bucks? I think it's more expensive than the XLS. And then let's say, oh, there you go. So you got 300, 350. And then let's say they sold like 200 plus units. Let's say 500 units. Let's be minimalistic. 200 units at $300 to $350. And let's say they take away about 40 bucks out of that 350 for the packaging. Now they got something that looks really nice. I mean, that foam, that's cheap, probably like cents. But the case itself, yeah, that looks pretty solid. All right. Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll set something up again next week. We'll definitely love just catching up with you guys, and you know, thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. If you guys got any comments, or you guys, especially you photography people, you know, I normally ask stuff from like Dutch, how, you know, what I need to improve. The more I can improve, the better quality I can give you guys. And thank you so much. I'm super glad you've enjoyed, in a sense, and hopefully I was able to answer all your questions. That's the main thing. And I'll catch you guys soon. And gotta swap them around, man. Come on. One for different moods. Red when you're furious. Beige when you're like, just chill out. Flex. As much as possible, you know, personally as a designer, the last thing I want to see is, you know, obviously your RAR sitting in Mech Market or sitting in a dusty shelf not built. And then I got people saying, yep, you know, I love the RAR, you know, I've been using it, I love it, rah. Worth it. You know, if you guys just have any idea how much we actually make in terms of like profit wise with the RAR, you'd be scratching your head. Like literally, I still make a lot more money in my day job than any of this. This is genuinely just hobby. And like I think I mentioned in the last stream, I was pretty close after the RAR. I was this close to like, done. I've proven it, you know, I've proven myself I can do it, I can run it. And then you get people like, you know, say, yeah, I enjoyed the RAR, it was good, you know, it's a good keyboard. Makes everything worth it. Alright guys, well, thank you so much. That's it. I'll post this on YouTube. Thank you. Good night. Well, good morning, good night, wherever you are. Bye bye. Cheers.